These stunts you're about to see are dangerous. They were done by trained professionals in secure environments. Don't attempt any of these stunts, any place, anywhere, or at any time. Welcome to Iron Extreme, the show that gives you a look into extreme lifestyles. Hang on to your seats and prepare to go for the ride of a lifetime. Iron Extreme is an exciting new show full of action-packed, edge-of-your-seat excitement from start to finish. And it's hosted by Jim Duffner. Iron Extreme is a show that has people spinning their wheels and doing backflips to watch. Welcome to Iron Extreme. My name's Jim Duffner, and I'm going to be your host for the next 30 minutes. Iron Extreme is an exciting new show that takes you behind the scenes, up close and personal, into the lifestyles of the extreme. Today we've got an exciting show for you. We're going to head out to a small town outside of Flint, Michigan to see if we can't hook up with 17-year-old racing dynamo Nicole Cheza. If there's ever going to be a female Grand National Champion, this is her. But first, we're going to hook up with the Godfather of Freestyle himself, Mike Metzger. On show 1, we introduced you to Mike Metzger, the Godfather of Freestyle, the king of backflips, and Mike Metzger, the artist, who, mark my words, is going to go down in history as one of the finest artists of our time. Mike is also a loving husband and father. How long have you guys been married for?
We've been married for 5 years, and we have a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son, Michaela and Myri. They're gnarly. They don't stop, so.
Having a jump. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, Dad does custom paint jobs. See? Show him yours, Murray. Show him yours. Whee! So everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Myers. Say, let's ride. Ready? Ready? Go!
How'd you guys meet?
We met at his house through my cousin Ryan.
I met my wife from Ryan Johnson, who's her cousin. At that time, Ryan and I had a company going called Warped Industries.
I was in nursing school, and
One day she ended up coming over to my house and had a couple roommates, and thought she was a pretty good looking lady.
actually the next day we went to these BMX trails called Backyard in Temecula. I was digging jumps with all the guys, and Mike ate crap, and he goes, "Girls aren't supposed to be at the trails." He's like, "Everybody was looking at your butt." I was like, it was funny. You know, as long as I'm digging and helping, I don't see a problem with me being there. But apparently there was a problem, and he wrecked pretty hard, so I had a little first aid kit, and I ran down there and I was helping him.
Did Mike blame you for his crash?
Yeah, he did. Pretty much. So.
Did you make it all better when you fixed him up, though?
Yeah, I helped, yeah. He was, I always make him all better, so.
It's pretty cool, you know. Having a wife, at least for me, kind of keeps me thinking about my priorities. We've been together actually, married 5 years and known each other for about 7.
Do you ever get nervous or afraid when Mike goes out to race or jump?
Yes. I noticed more so after I had the babies. The X Games, 2002, I believe. I was 7 months pregnant with Myri. And I had Michaela run around. She was about 18 months. And, or not quite, she was probably like 16 months. And he had told me, I'm gonna backflip the 80-foot jump too. And I was like, oh my gosh. But when Mike tells me he can do something, I know he can, because he mentally can tell himself he can do something. And it's amazing. I've never seen anybody do something like that before. When he says, I'm gonna do something, he does it. So, you know, a lot of people say, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. He says, I'm gonna do it, and he does it, so.
Earlier in 2002, I was actually set to race some Supercross, and I ended up fracturing my jaw and blowing out about 5 teeth.
Racing, I guess this last time I noticed lately he's been a lot more aggressive, Supermoto. He's been having more fun with, you know, going in a turn and being right next to someone and just going fast. So it scares me, but I trust him on a motorcycle because I know he can do anything on a motorcycle. So.
real fortunate that I have the skills and taking all the steps to learn what I know, but it's definitely been a painful price that I've paid to do what I do. And for some reason, I don't think I'm a normal human being, and I may not be able to ever think like someone who doesn't go out and hurt themselves on a motorcycle. It just, confuses me at times.
How did getting married and having kids change your life?
You want to be there. Thing for me is it kind of just changes your whole outlook on life. At least it has for me, Sure, there's people out there that have kids and still have the same party schedule and still going out and not taking care of their kids, dropping them off at Grandma and Grandpa's, but those aren't my priorities, neither are my wife's. We love hanging out with each other. And
Okay, gas it. Gas it. Whoa!
Would you want your son racing or jumping motorcycles?
If he wants to ride bikes, which he does, and I believe that that is something that just is in your blood. I think that we're born certain ways, and we get that from our genes, and I don't think it's just from watching Mike ride. I think he has a love for it.
But if my kid wants to ride bikes, either one of them, Michaela or Myri, it's like, go for it, and if they want my help, I'll be there to help them out, do whatever they want.
You can't stop it if he wants to do it, so I'll back him 100%. I'll take him to all the races when Mike's gone, I'll support him through that, and Michaela too.
I go to the local track and I see dads out there. It's definitely inspiring to know that my son might want to ride bikes, take after what I've done. But if he's into doing something else, I'll definitely have my kids back.
What if your son wanted to race trucks?
I think I might be happier with that. You can go do Baja 1000 or 500, what is it? Is that what it is?
Whatever they want to do. That's one thing that I'm thankful for my dad. He never didn't let me try something I wanted to do. If I wanted to go try soccer, he let me go play soccer. If I wanted to go, play on the football team for high school, I went and did that. Never really lasted long because, I just always loved motorcycles so much more, but he always let me go out and try different things. And that's one thing I think is really important for your kids. You might have this great plan for them to be a #1 motocross rider, or do something that you think that you want them to be. Well, if your kid wants to do something, it's definitely important to give them that chance to go out there and learn, because that's basically all anyone has is a chance to learn. And if you don't get that chance to learn, then you could be missing out on something that, God had a good plan for you that you might have just let go by the wayside. And I think, a lot of parents just get really gung-ho and stuck on, just do this, and don't let their children expand and try different things. I think trying anything helps. It just helps you become more wise and take more knowledge into anything that you want to go learn.
Didn't you get some kind of award for jumping at Disneyland?
Disneyland, I think I was honored with a medal for being crazy. I don't know. I think it was some kind of just appreciation that I, went there and got to ride my motorcycle for the fans at Disneyland. Thing is, I should have gave them a medal for letting me ride at the park on a 252-stroke CR Honda. Pretty unbelievable, 2003 I got invited to do that. And I was just about ready to move to Europe and go do the World Supermoto races, and got a phone call, hey, you want to come to Disneyland and freestyle motocross? I was like, I love Disneyland, I couldn't turn that down. So it was supposed to be 45 days of riding, about 2 weeks on, 5 days off, 2 weeks on, 42 days. At 42 days of riding at Disneyland, I ended up crashing, doing a backflip heel clicker, and got pretty messed up, got a concussion, broke my wrist, bruised every single joint in my body. And the footage is pretty scary looking. It looks actually like I broke my neck, and thank God I didn't. Ended up missing 2003 Summer X Games because of that wreck, and it's just the way it is. Whether you're at Disneyland or you're in the backyard or you're inside a stadium, you're always taking like serious risks of hurting yourself.
Mike, how did you decide to get your first tattoo? Tell me about it if you would.
At one time when I was actually healing up from a broken arm and kind of had a downhill in my career as far as supercross racer. I had raced for a couple of years with a broken bone, and I kind of retired from motocross for a bit, or put it to the side, and worked as a graphic designer for a mountain bike company. And then after I decided that sitting behind a computer doing graphic design wasn't what I wanted to be doing, I started racing mountain bikes, and then next thing I knew, went and got my first tattoo, probably because my dad said that people with tattoos have serious life problems. But my last tattoo that I got is this rose. My wife's name, my middle name is Rose, and my daughter's middle name is Rose, so I got a little rosebud that represents them. And then this right here is an angel, a trophy angel. It's got my mom's name in it, Sharon Renee. The spark plug represents my dad. Basically, it's got my dad's name, Theodore Fritz. And this is my Metzger logo right here, and I kind of consider this like my family arm. And all the tattoos that I have represent something in my life. And I like color, because I like to add color to the world. I like things to be colorful. And being around colors, I think, helps me be happy, and instead of being locked in a dark black room.
Mike is currently in the process of setting up a freestyle park in the backyard of his other house. And when it's finished, we'll be there filming. He just can't wait to hit the jumps.
Camera right?
Camera's ready.
All right, get on. It's like going to Glamis. It'd be sick if we could just dump a bunch of sand up. Pretty cool. Quad ride. Let's see where he went. Vitamins.
You see that double can I did earlier over the double? See, that's what happens. I've been telling everyone I got to take a break from freestyling, especially on my big bike. Then I get hanging out with guys like Travis Hart, my buddy Garrett, Sean Taylor. These guys are just crazy dudes who ride BMX and mini bikes and motorcycles. They show up, and then it's like one guy does a no-footer, one guy does a no-hander, and then I gotta step up and be like, okay, I'm doing a no-footer one-hander, double can, and then it's all just like, yeah, you're in the moment. Then all of a sudden, boom, you get hurt, and it's like, oh, that wasn't that fun. Then you heal up, it's like, oh, where's my bike? It's a really weird thing. Something about a motorcycle and riding two wheels, man. It gets in your blood. It thickens up, man, and it's hard to get it out. So it's like, where's my bike? Where's my bike? I gotta go ride.
Talent, talent, talent. If I didn't know better, I'd think I was talking about myself. Anyway, it's time to go to the eye in the sky and see if we can't hook up with that little racing dynamo, Nicole Cheza. The good news is we caught up with Nicole. The bad news is we're out of time for this show, so we're going to have her on the next show. So until then, remember, Eye on Extreme is the show that keeps its eye on the extreme.